Hi, Michael here. As you've probably seen in a couple of my videos, I've been flying with my bike in a CTC bag instead of a bike box. And a lot of you have been wondering about this method of transporting your bike on a plane. So I figured I would do a video on this topic. If you're into bike touring, please consider subscribing to my channel. The channel is updated at least once a week with new content such as bike touring videos, product reviews and how-to videos. To be able to prepare your bike for transport in a CTC plastic bag, you're gonna need the following things: a newspaper, a plastic can, 2 sponges, some electrical tape and a couple of zip ties. First you take one of the sponges and make a cut in the middle of it. Then you put the sponge on your bar and shifters like this to protect them. Make sure that stays on there. And you repeat the same procedure for the other end of the handlebar. The next step is to turn the handlebar 90 degrees. So I do this by removing these bolts up here. And then I just temporarily remove my spacer rings and put the handlebar back here and try to turn it like this, and then I add one of the spacers, put this top lock back on, and make sure everything is tight again. The next step is to lower your saddle, and it's really important to note the height of your saddle. Some seat posts have a scale on the back like this one, so you just take a photo or write down where your saddle is supposed to be. If you don't have this scale, you can just use a pencil or a tape to mark where your saddle is supposed to be. Then you just loosen this bolt here and lower your saddle all the way down. And finish with tightening the bolt again. Relieve the air pressure out of your tires. Next step is to take a soda can, remove the cork and the label, and cut the can in half. Then you can remove this part up here. So you end up with half a soda can. Then you take the newspaper and make it into small balls like this. And then you take the cut up soda can and put it on the derailleur like this. And you put the newspaper inside of it for some extra protection. Then you take the tape and make sure that the soda can stays on pretty good like this. Next step is to remove your pedals. Now your bike is basically all done. All we have to do now is zip tie everything and put the bike in the plastic bag. So I start with a zip tie so the handlebars stays in position. This. Then I take another zip tie to zip tie the wheel to the frame. Then I take another zip tie, get this in secure position. And then we're ready to put the bike in the plastic bag. Then what I usually do here in the end is that I take a piece of tape to close this open end back here. And sometimes the airport personnel wants to do a check of the bike. They put something inside and sniff for explosives. So they might want to punch a hole in your bag. Otherwise you can just unwrap this tape back here and let them go in that way. There are a couple of benefits of using this model of transportation. What I think is the biggest benefit is that you can always bring the plastic bag with you on tour. You don't have to arrive at your end destination a day or two early to go out searching for a bike box. You always have your plastic bag with you. It takes up really minimal space in one of your panniers, so it's not a problem carrying it with you on tour. Another benefit is that the airport personnel usually treats your bike better if they can actually see that it's a bike they're handling. If it's in a bike box, they usually just see a brown big box that they just haul around. I've never really had a problem with transporting my bike this way. I've just had a minor scratch on my rear rack. That's all the damage my bike has gotten in a couple of flights. That's it for this video. Hope you got some useful information out of it. As I said in the beginning of the video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and until next time, have a good one.